Yeah, they looted and they murdered and they burned because of racism and injustice. No, here's the thing. A month ago, was anybody in this country talking about racism and injustice? During Obama's entire term as president, did we ever hear the words systemic racism one time? Joe Biden came out and said, it is time for us to stop turning our heads away from the racism. It's time for us to start looking the other way from racism and to reform and to change these things. Well, sir, you were vice president of the United States for 8 years. You were in the Senate for, I think, 32 years or something like that beforehand. So you've got about 40 years in U.S. government to have dealt with these things. Are you saying, sir, that you were the one that looked away from racism, that you saw the systemic racism? Folks, systemic racism, okay, is not a bunch of hillbillies with a rebel flag in a pickup truck, screaming obscenities at black people on the side of the road. Systemic racism is like, South Africa used to be, where, if you were a black person, you couldn't own property, you couldn't do anything. You were being harassed by the government. We don't have that in America. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It is a fantasy created by the media. There is no systemic racism in America. As a matter of fact, in America, if you are a minority, you have special scholarships for you. You have special housing programs and special loan programs that you can get. You have better access to food programs and this sort of thing than white folks get. I mean, as a white person, you have no particular privilege at all, except for the privilege of paying the bill of higher taxes. And so there is no systemic racism in America.